Welcome to News at 10. I'm Brendan Lepau. The government has so far received some 6,641 suggestions for the budget 2021. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin says most of the suggestions will focus on support and providing aid for the people, especially those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. 5,335 of the suggestions were received via Special Budget 2021 portal set up by the Ministry of Finance, MOF.
Jadi daripada maklum balas yang paling banyak kita terima ialah untuk membantu hampir ke semua kumpulan masyarakat kita bagi membolehkan mereka ini melangsungkan kehidupan harian mereka. Ini termasuklah isu berkaitan dengan kos sara hidup. Macam mana kita nak menentukan harga barangan agar dapat ditetapkan ke satu paras yang berpatutan. Isu yang berkaitan dengan bantuan tunai. Yang sudah pun kita laksanakan amat begitu diharapkan seperti bantuan sara hidup, bantuan prihatin secara tunai.
The government also received 1,156 memorandums relating to the budget 2021 from various organizations and associations nationwide. The process to draft the 2021 budget is a bit more comprehensive than before and involves 97 focus groups comprising professionals, youths, community leaders and NGOs. The Prime Minister also said that the first focus of Budget 2021 is the well-being of the people, adding that it will not be an election budget. Tan Sri Muhyiddin explained that the budget which will be tabled this Friday is a continuity from the stimulus packages that have been disbursed since the country was affected by the pandemic.
Yang penting sekarang inilah menangani masalah COVID. Ya, yang keduanya menguruskan masalah ekonomi. Ini dua perkara yang pokok yang paling penting. Dia tak ada masuk perkara ketiga pilihan raya pun. Walau pilihan raya, tak pilihan raya, yang penting ialah membantu rakyat. Dan bagaimana pula nasib rakyat ini nak dibela? Setakat yang sudah kita buat, kita dapat mengurangkan bebanan. Tapi saya tahu di bawah sana, bila ekonomi tidak dapat bergerak sepantas yang kita harapkan. Umpamanya kita satu peringkat dulu sudah landaikan kita punya masalah COVID. Rakyat sudah agak kembali seperti hampir sedia kala. Tapi lantas gelombang ketiga COVID datang semula dan gelombang ketiga ini lebih mencabar.
As such, the Premier stressed that the focal point of the budget does not include the election. He also assured that the government is committed in solving the difficulties faced by all levels of community. The government will review the suggestion of extending the moratorium. According to Tan Sri Muhyiddin, the decision will be announced after the discussions between Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) and the Association of Bank Malaysia.
Kita akan mengkaji dan kita akan nanti mengumumkan keputusannya dalam masa yang terdekat tentang bagaimana kaedah, cara untuk kita memudah carakan proses bagi mereka-mereka yang benar-benar memerlukan sokongan. Pasal yang dulu semua dah dapat, tetapi ada yang juga mungkin terjejas lebih teruk yang memerlukan lanjutan. Ini akan kita teliti dengan halus, bermakna ada pertimbangan yang akan dilakukan bagi kumpulan-kumpulan yang tertentu itu.
He added the government will support the initiative if banks are able to continue the moratorium.
Kerajaan kita sokong. Tapi sebab bank ni, pasal dia lah menguruskan wang dana yang disimpan oleh penyimpan-penyimpan. Nanti setiap langkah yang mereka nak ambil tu mesti dia ambil kira sama ada ni boleh memberi jaminan kepada penyimpan-penyimpan mereka dan juga ada juga akhirnya mereka mendapat keuntungan daripada pelaburan yang disediakan dalam bank.
Malaysia is the only country that provides moratorium automatically to all. Previously, the initiative was announced for a 6-month period, which ended on 30th of September, where it delivered immediate relief to Malaysians. However, the aid has reduced the banking institutions' funds and also decreased their ability to give out loans. The government since then has taken a more targeted approach by approving more than 650,000 applications for moratorium extension as of 16 October. In other development, the government is examining suggestions to allow certain contributors to withdraw funds from Account 1 of the Employees Provident Fund, EPF.
Pihak kerajaan dan saya juga telah berbincang bersama dengan Menteri Keuangan beberapa hari yang lalu dan kita pada dasarnya bersetuju dan bersedia untuk mengkaji carangan bagaimana kita dapat membantu rakyat yang menghadapi kesusahan dan yang benar-benar memerlukan. Sama ada mereka ini boleh kita benarkan untuk mengeluarkan peruntukan daripada akaun satunya.
According to the Prime Minister, several relaxations relief to the EPF had already been made this year, including the reduction of workers' contribution rate to 7% from 11%. He explained that about 70% of EPF members had chosen to reduce the workers' contribution to 7%, and this has allowed them to have more disposable income involving almost 700 million ringgit a month. Apart from that, the government had also allowed the I-Lestari withdrawal from account 2 of 6,000 ringgit per contributor. However, Tan Sri Muhyiddin said the EPF savings will not necessarily be able to address the people's cash flow problem since more than 30% of the members possess savings less than 5,000 ringgit. On another note, Tan Sri Muhyiddin is positive that Budget 2021 will receive unanimous support from the members of Parliament. He is confident that the MPs will put aside their political differences to support the effort of curbing COVID-19 pandemic, protecting the people and drive the economic development.
Jadi dari segi politik saya optimis bahawa pada pokok pangkalnya kita percaya semua ahli politik bipartisan, tak kira dia sebelah mana sekalipun, tentulah committed dan diharapkan bekerjasama untuk kebaikan negara kita, dan kita akan telah menyaksikan komitmen mereka ini sebelum ini iaitu dalam sesi parlimen yang lepas tidak ada seorang pun ahli parlimen yang menentang akta kumpulan wang COVID-19 yang kita telah bentang dan luluskan oleh hampir sebahagian besar daripada ahli-ahli parlimen pada waktu itu.
As of now, the Finance Ministry has met with 29 political parties' representatives from government and opposition sides. There are a few suggestions that had been received and some are still in consideration. All members of Parliament, MPs and members of the press are suggested to undergo test screening once every 2 weeks to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Deputy Speaker Datuk Sri Azalina Othman said the Parliament building will be closed if there is a positive case detected, adding that the SOP was proposed by the Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah. The Health Ministry has also advised the MPs to avoid attending crowded gatherings and comply with the stipulated SOP at all times.
Yang berhormat ahli-ahli Parlimen tidak lagi mengadakan majlis, jamuan atau bermesyuarat di dalam kelompok yang besar semasa di luar Dewan, sama ada di premis Parlimen ataupun di luar premis. Sekiranya ahli-ahli yang berhormat perlu bermesyuarat atau berkumpul secara fizikal, ahli-ahli yang berhormat dipohon mematuhi SOP yang ditetapkan oleh pihak MKN dan KKM dengan ketat. Kedua, yang berhormat ahli-ahli Parlimen dinasihatkan supaya menghadkan pergerakan masing-masing semasa di luar premis Parlimen sepanjang tempoh persidangan serta mengelakkan bergaul atau menghadiri majlis-majlis keramaian dan tempat-tempat yang sesak, crowded places, dengan izin, dan sentiasa mematuhi SOP yang ditetapkan dengan ketat.
Datuk Seri Azalida was reading out the text of the announcement by Dewan Rakyat Speaker Datuk Azhar Azizan Harun at the Dewan Rakyat sitting today. The Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation MOSTI has estimated that 3 billion ringgit is needed next year for Malaysia to obtain the COVID-19 vaccine. According to its Minister Khairi Jamaluddin, the Finance Ministry has been informed of the amount for further consideration. Explaining further on the matter, he said the vaccine supply is expected to be acquired in the first quarter of next year, with priority given to the frontliners, which represent 3% of the country's population.
3% itu hanyalah wajaran pertama adalah untuk kita diberikan secara fast track priority. Untuk makluman Kuala Selangor, perancangan kerajaan melalui jawatankuasa dan juga perbincangan dengan Kementerian Kewangan bagi tahun depan bukan setakat 1 bilion saja. Saya telah maklumkan kepada Menteri Kewangan yang sekurang-kurangnya kita perlu mengimunisasi 70% daripada rakyat Malaysia dan saya telah minta 3 bilion ringgit Malaysia.
He was replying to a question from Kuala Selangor MP Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad at the Dewan Rakyat today. Khairi Jamaluddin further explained that Malaysia is in the final stages of negotiations to participate in COVID-19 Global Vaccine Access (COVAX) facility. He added that COVAX offered Malaysia the vaccine at a ceiling price of $21 or about 87 ringgit each. He said the ministry is still studying a few clauses in the COVAX agreement before signing the participation. The Conditional Movement Control Order (CMCO) will be imposed at Mukim 12 Barat Daya in Pulau Pinang beginning the 6th of November until 19 November. Senior Minister for Security Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the decision to put Mukim 12 under CMCO is to enable the Health Ministry to conduct targeted screenings. Datuk Seri Ismail said the National Security Council (MKN) reached the decision after being advised by the Health Ministry due to the 11 new positive cases of COVID-19 recorded yesterday. Meanwhile, the SOPs in Mukim 12 will be the same as SOPs imposed in Seremban, Negeri Sembilan.
SOP di Mukim 12 Pulau Pinang di daerah Barat Daya Pulau Pinang ni sama saja dengan SOP PKPB di Seremban. Perkara yang sama, ya, sekatan kepada perjalanan rentas daerah dan sebagainya, kecuali mendapat kebenaran polis atau nak pergi ke tempat kerja, sama saja. Aktiviti sosial, sekolah ditutup, aktiviti sosial tidak dibenarkan, yang lain-lain sama. Namun aktiviti ekonomi tetap beroperasi seperti biasa. Itu perkara tiga yang penting. Yang lain-lain tu bolehlah dirujuk kepada MKN, kepada MKN untuk maklumat yang lebih lanjut.
In another development, Enhanced Movement Control Order (EMCO) at PPR Taman Harmoni in Sandakan, Sabah will end on the 5th of November as scheduled. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said the Health Ministry has confirmed that there are no new positive cases recorded in the area. However, the area is still under CMCO like the rest of Sabah. On to the COVID-19 updates. Malaysia registered 4-digit new daily COVID-19 cases for the second consecutive day as 1,032 individuals tested positive for the virus as of noon today. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said the latest figure brings the tally of infections in the country to 35,425, with 10,339 of them are active cases.
kes. Dimaklumkan pada hari ini, negeri Sabah mencatatkan jumlah tertinggi sebanyak 646 kes, iaitu bersamaan dengan 62.6% daripada jumlah keseluruhan kes positif harian. Negeri-negeri di Lembah Kelang pula mencatatkan 244 kes, iaitu bersamaan dengan 23.6%. Manakala wilayah Persekutuan Labuan pula mencatatkan 28 kes, iaitu bersamaan dengan 2.7% kes positif pada hari ini.
Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham explained that there are currently 82 patients being treated at the intensive care unit ICU, with 27 of them requiring ventilator support. He also said that 820 patients have recorded and were discharged from hospitals, raising the total recoveries to 24,815. There were 8 COVID-19 related deaths over the past 24 hours, with 7 of them were reported in Sabah and another in Perak. With the latest fatalities, the country's death toll stands at 271. But first, the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, has successfully detected some 1,377,862 dubiously registered prepaid lines. Of the total, 920,207 lines have since been terminated, while 457,645 have been updated with the correct information. Elaborating further, Communications and Multimedia Minister Dato' Saifuddin Abdullah said MCMC had conducted a data verification audit with the National Registration Department JPN to check on the accuracy and validity of the records of subscribers to ensure all active numbers are properly verified. Speaking during the question and answer session in the Dewan Rakyat today, he said this is to prevent misuse by irresponsible parties for the purpose of fraud and the likes.
Melalui Cyber Security Malaysia, salah sebuah agensi kementerian, kami turut membantu rakyat menangani penipuan cyber melalui pelbagai program keselamatan cyber. Ini memerlukan pelaksanaan aktiviti kesedaran keselamatan cyber yang berterusan dalam usaha untuk memupuk amalan keselamatan cyber dan kehidupan harian dan juga meningkatkan pengetahuan ancaman cyber yang sentiasa berubah mengikut teknologi semasa.
Dato' Saifuddin said this in response to a question from Dato' Muhammad Alamin, Barisan Nasional Kimanis, on the ministry's initiatives to prevent the public from becoming cyber fraud victims via use of unauthentic applications and phone calls. The Perak Customs Department has seized a total of 1.4 million sticks of illicit cigarettes as well as 202 bottles of liquor in 2 separate raids recently. According to its director, Dr. Muhammad Saprin, the high-quality liquor of various brands worth 40,000 ringgit were found by the enforcement officers in a raid at a sundry shop in Ipoh last Friday. He said 2 men, including the shop owner, were also detained during the operation. As for the second raid, it was conducted by the department at a vacant house in Taman Saujana Bhakti, Teluk Intan on Saturday, where they seized 1.4 million sticks of cigarettes worth about 1 million ringgit. Dr. Muhammad explained that the cigarettes are believed to be meant for the markets in the northern states.
Dalam sebuah berkenaan, Jabatan Kastam Raja Malaysia telah menjumpai sejumlah minuman keras yang berkualiti tinggi dan punya nilai pasaran yang agak tinggi disimpan di premis berkenaan. Dan hasil pemeriksaan didapati rokok ini nilai termasuk cukai kata rokok ini berjumlah hampir 1 juta ringgit Malaysia.
The film Roh has been picked to represent Malaysia at the 93rd Academy Awards Oscars to be held on the 25th of April 2021. The movie, which cost only 360,000 ringgit, was produced by Kuman Pictures Sendirian Berhad and directed by Amir Ezwan, will be competing in the International Feature Film category. In a statement today, the National Film Development Corporation Malaysia, FINAS, said the selection of Roh was made by its film selection committee comprising of local industry players who are professional and experienced. The selection went through a detailed evaluation process based on filming criteria like direction, storyline, cinematography, screenplay, acting, music score, artistic elements and editing apart from adhering to the rules set by the organisers of the Oscars. Finas, through the committee, had opened participation to local stakeholders to enter their works to be considered to represent Malaysia at the 93rd Oscars in this category and received very encouraging response. Roh is a horror movie that tells the story of the arrival of a baby girl that brings dark predictions and strange incidents to a poor family living in a forest a long time ago.
Ada benda tak elok dah masuk dalam kawasan ni.
Kau ada nampak budak perempuan? Tinggi dia.
Siapa kau sebenarnya?
That's it from us this evening. In our top story, Budget 2021 focuses on safeguarding the rakyat. Join us for updates at noon at 12:30 tomorrow. Till then, I'm Brendan Paul. Thanks for watching.